Hi, I'm Mike. This is Crescent Lake, Minnesota. Wonderful place. I'm at the Crescent Lake campground, and well, I'm going to turn this around and let you guys see. There. Sorry. It occurred to me that there are a lot of people out there who own this particular little fishing boat called the Sea Eagle Packfish7. I'll get you to it in a minute. Crescent Lake. The Sea Eagle Packfish7. It's a really neat little fishing rig. Obviously from the name you can figure it out. It's 7 feet long. It's an inflatable. It's basically a glorified military life raft. I got the older version, which is why the orange storage pads are back here in the back by the seat. Anyway, it says on the boat, when you buy it, that it's rated for one person or 225 pounds, 300 pounds of gear, and 300 pounds for a person, motor, and gear. And it's rated for a 1 horsepower motor. Sea Eagle, unfortunately, doesn't offer a motor mount for this boat. So you're left to your own devices when it comes to figuring out how to hook up a motor, a trolling motor. Oh, by the way, here's the paddles that come with the Sea Eagle Packfish7. And, you know, note to Sea Eagle, these things suck. And that silver part that you see in the middle, it used to be about 18 inches longer. That's how much I had to cut off. Because they sent, I don't know who the hell they designed these things for, but they're literally 1.5 feet too long. Anyway, they're there for emergency purposes now because I have rigged this up with a DIY trolling motor mount, which is why I'm shooting this video. So, to start with, let me pull a seat out here. This, which you'll see here, is the original floor that comes with your Sea Eagle. Without those 2 holes, I put those there. That is the original floor. This here is a secondary piece that I made out of a scrap of marine plywood. It only comes back to about here. Just enough for this to sit on top of it. So, initially what I did was I took the regular Sea Eagle floor and I turned it forward and I drilled those 2 an arbor bit, those 2 holes, so that they would fit over the 2 rod holder things in the front. If you own one of these boats, you know what I'm talking about. Little 2-inch tall rubber extensions from the floor, which are intended to be the bottom of the rod holder ring, which is here. This is mine, that's mine, the floor is mine. Initially, when you get the boat, this goes, a rod is supposed to go down there and into the floor. So what I did was I took a piece of marine plywood, a scrap, and I used this for a template, that end, okay? And I cut it out, painted it of course so it's somewhat the same color, so that basically what I was after was filling the entire floor of the boat with wood. Putting a motor mount on this boat requires the floor. If you don't have the floor, stop watching the video. Okay? So, the first thing I did was, after cutting those 2 holes in that little piece of wood there, they're underneath all of this stuff. 2 holes, just like in the back. I'm shooting this in reverse order, so I'm sure I'm going to do a how to build this thing later. So shooting out of sequence for now. You'll know what I mean later. It's basically just PVC pipe, which is coming up from the floor, an elbow. It initially was just a 90. It initially just turned from vertical to horizontal. And then I realized that if I put a T on it, I could use this as an actual rod holder also, right? Both sides. However, I screwed up. I'll fix it later. This screw here is too long. I can't use the rod holder. I need to put in a smaller screw, maybe a machine screw with a nut, so that this is hollow all the way to the floor, and then this and this become rod holders. Nonetheless, anyway, I bought these two little plates. I don't know what they're called. They're for mounting PVC to a wall, I guess. Right, they're about $5 each. And those are critical. Those are the things that connect all of the motor mount to the floor, with the other floor sitting on top of it. The battery goes in between here, and it weighs 26 pounds. That alone counterbalances plus the weight of the trolling motor, right? So anyway, you got PVC pipe up from the floor, a 90 out to the front, and there's the piece that when I first saw it at the store, that's when the light went off. That's how I can use this, so that when you put it in, it comes out like that. Okay, so you're up from the rod holder in the floor, then you're across the bow, and you're resting on the bow. Then you run into the orange thingy, which allows you to go downward, and that down piece there is what pushes against the outside of the hull. And because it's that piece, it also allows me to connect to the other side. Okay? Onto that connection piece, as you can see there, I have attached those two things. What do you call them? U-brackets, U-bolts, whatever. It's shaped like a U. It's threaded on the end. It comes with that metal plate. And then I just took a piece of 1 by whatever scrap wood, cut it to size, painted it orange because, well, you know, the rest of the boat's got some orange. Did the same thing with those. Those only came in white, and I thought, well, I can't use white, so I painted them orange so that it looks more professional. Anyway, there's the motor. I got a Minn Kota 30, the smallest one they have, because the boat only weighs 26 pounds, and it really does not require a lot of thrust. I'm taking off the waterproofing here. It's been raining up here all week. Okay, so that's how it connects. I've got it up and out of the water now, leaning over the boat. I'm shooting this out of sequence, so probably tomorrow I'm going to come out here, put the battery in, lower the motor into the water, and take it out there for some fishing, which I did today, and show you how this works. The thing about this is I've seen other people on YouTube shoot videos where they try to figure out a way to put a motor mount on one of these Sea Eagle Packfish7s, and it involved a lot of stuff outside, and it was sloppy, and it was bulky, and it was huge, and I was looking for something that was going to be more streamlined, because it's a very small area on the inside, and if I was to work inside, I needed minimum amount of intrusion into the actual inside of the boat. As you can see, the motor goes in between those two, and my feet basically bump right up against the motor, the battery, I'm sorry. And what else do you need to know? How does it work? Well, what I have right now is I have it up and out of the water. When I'm pushed out onto the water, I still leave it up until I'm deep enough to release the motor, like so, although it goes down further, obviously. And sorry, time out. Like so, okay? Obviously it goes vertical, but I'm not going to do that because there's rocks under the water. And then I got the Minn Kota extendo thingy, which goes onto here, which is also, by the way, extendable. And then when you put the seat in, that plus this. You get the idea. You can reach easily from here to here with the Minn Kota extension on here. See if I can get it on while holding this camera with one hand. So it's motor, original handle, extension handle, right to you in your seat. Works like a charm. I was out today with it with an X-Max. I gotta get a better battery. The one I bought today is, I think it's 24 amp hours. Spent about $100 on it. I needed to spend more. I think I need the 55 amp hour job. It went beautifully for like 3 hours, but by the time I got back, it was starting to get a little tired. I believe that's because it's a flat bottomed boat. What you make, it only weighs 26 pounds, so the 30-pound thrust Minn Kota is fine, but what you make up for in lack of weight, you lose in surface area on the bottom. If it was a V-hull or something, it would cut right through the water, but it's flat, and so this motor puts a lot of strain on the battery, pushing all of this plus me, plus the battery, pushing us around. It did fine, don't get me wrong. It goes perfectly fast to troll, and if you get in a pinch, it goes faster than trolling speed. This boat basically can fly around this little lake as long as it's not windy like it is right now, but that's a different story. Anyway, that's your trolling motor mount for the Sea Eagle Packfish 7. Have a happy 4th of July, kids.